Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. We got the squad in the building. As always, man, the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, of course. Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, co-host of the Morning Breeze as well, and Superman C Dub, not Caleb Williams, but just as good. I don't know about that. We'll workshop that. All right, appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We got a lot to talk about on this episode. A lot of trades being made around the NFL today, and one team seems like they may be blowing it up. And can the Chicago Bears go out and get a dominant piece because of it? We got to talk about the possibility of the Chicago Bears trading for Wyatt Teller, what that would mean for this team moving forward, and would that be the fix for this offensive line? Because guess what? It's going to be a lot tougher competition coming than the Jaguars and the Panthers, and I guarantee that offensive line is probably not going to look exactly the same as what we've seen over the last couple of days. Also got to talk about some other pieces that may be involved in that as well. I mean, what would the Bears send back? I think another conversation we can also have is we've heard rumblings about Detroit looking to trade for some massive pieces. Do the Bears have to get involved so that Detroit doesn't become an absolute juggernaut over there in the NFC North?
Absolutely.
We got to talk about that. And the Bears get flexed. How big is this game on Sunday? Or next Sunday, I should say. How big is this game following the bye week? I mean, it's pretty big because the NFL said, we're going to need y'all at 3:25. We're going to need to see y'all in prime time. I'm looking to see what this is going to be, how exciting they're going to build this up to be. They've got the big dogs announcing the game. Jim Nance is expected to be there. Tony Romo, I can do without. I'm not going to lie. The Romo luster I've lost.
Hey, I'm a Romo fan still. He's calmed down a little bit.
Romo, yeah, he stopped trying to predict plays. That helped it. But we got to break down all that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. I don't have to say it to y'all, man. I'll let y'all know who's saying it.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push the button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, man, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you do get notified every single time we go live. Boys, what's going on, man? It's a very relaxed Tuesday for me. No Chicago Bears podcast today. So you know when the thing that you do that's like a staple of your life is just not there for a day? It's a very thrown off day for me.
But you know what is there? Over 100 in the chat.
Over 100 in the chat. Oh, I got my bad.
We doing the morning?
I
Really?
forgot to say the morning breeze. I'm sorry.
I can't stretch. All right,
I love that Jordan has been trained to react to sounds.
I was just about to say it was reflex.
Hey, listen, if I was trained to react to my alarm, I might get up for it. Can't do it.
Well, that's so good.
Hey, listen,
all right.
more power to you all. Thank you for holding down the morning breeze. I'll see you all in the evening. How about that?
Welcome to the evening breeze. But no, man, appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Let's start it off here, right? Because the conversation around the Chicago Bears getting involved in some of these trade deadline moves, I think, needs to be had here, especially with the bye week. You expect Ryan Poles to be doing a lot of work, and there's one name right now that's at the top of my list. Now, a few weeks ago, when JC brought this up over on the Morning Breeze, there was still kind of some hope, right? There was some, hey, you're probably not moving on from any major offensive line pieces because you're in a situation where you've got a really good defense. You're hoping that Deshaun is able to figure this thing out. He gets the offense going, and you're able to, move in the right direction, shall we say. That has not happened. Deshaun Watson is, in a word, Trevor Lawrence, right? Horrible. I mean, at this point, you might as well. Does that go down as the worst sign and trade of all time? Fully guaranteed contract, hasn't given you an ounce of success, hasn't had a healthy season since he's been there.
Hasn't had a healthy season.
That might be the worst sign and trade of all time. Yeah. Like, I'm not even just talking.
Russ is up there.
What you mean, Russ?
Wilson.
Russ makes $1 million.
No, for Denver.
From Denver.
Oh, for Denver. I thought you were talking about for Pittsburgh.
Nah, Denver got $80 million in dead cap right now.
I mean, that is a lot of money.
Hey,
Yes,
Denver
yes,
has
but-
no
but-
choice
but-
but to keep the
but
rookies going.
Denver-
Like,
No, but Denver has 80 million in dead cap because they hated Russ so much. They were like, we'll take the L. We'll take an L this season.
It's
Like
crazy.
you got the dead cap because of a decision you made after he was there, and Russ was productive somewhat in his time there, especially that last year.
hey, he beat the Chiefs. He beat the Bills. He had a decent. He started to cook. They just
There has been no production from Deshaun Watson.
It's so tough watching him play because I really wanted him to be good. I wanted him to bounce back.
Yeah,
I was like, oh man, he goes 10 for 10 in the second half of that game, and they still like let's lose somehow. I'm like, never mind.
Yeah, no, he's terrible. So I think because of that, right, there are some names out there on that team. We saw Amari Cooper get moved today. I think that is the beginning.
That's huge.
Right, you see Amari Cooper go over to the Bills, and we're going to trade in place possibly to try and finagle Amari Cooper out of there. But I think that, that may be the sign that, hey, we've got a fire sale available here. Please come through. And if that is the case, Wyatt Teller is somebody who I would absolutely be interested in. He's dealt with some health issues this season, but he has been somebody who has been a fairly healthy player. 17 games played last season, 15 games year before that. He's played right guard. He played left guard his rookie year. He would probably be somebody you'd be able to plug in at that right guard position. Boys, what is your thoughts on the Chicago Bears possibly going out there and trading for Ryan Teller? Now, he is, with the caveat, he's on IR right now.
He's on IR. That's the only thing there. But outside of that,
but he's already been on IR 3 weeks.
Yeah, so he's potentially coming off soon. Realistically, you have to you have to at least vet it. You have to at least go out there and make the call. 3-time Pro Bowler. Like, we all talk about how if we want our QB to actually be successful, you want to put some pros in front of them. You want to put some Pro Bowls, some All Pros in front of them, build up that line. This would be a first step in that direction for me, and I think you have to try it. I mean, the Browns aren't going anywhere. We have enough picks. We have enough capital. Heck, they might even need a quarterback.
Yeah,
that I don't need. Go for it. Hey, listen, I think, I would absolutely love to see Tyson Bagent compete with Deshaun Watson for that job.
Now, see, that's the tough part, though, right?
Because I actually didn't think about that.
I think that takes you out of going out and getting an offensive lineman if you trade Tyson, right? Because if I bring Tyson in, I want to protect Tyson. I think at this point, they're like, it's going to get bad. It's getting bad quick. We can't keep the offense on the field for more than 5 seconds. We can start to salvage some of these pieces. If you bring Tyson in and you're like, we hope that this guy can be a starter for us in the future, you're probably having more of a conversation saying, you know what, we still need to protect this young man. We can't get rid of our 29-year-old right guard right now. So I don't know if that would be the case. By the way, I got to keep up with this. Oh, well, 200 in a check.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 300.
JC, your thoughts?
So I'm looking at the PFF grades. We always got to go to PFF. So for Wyatt Teller, I mean, overall grade this year, 67.2. That's 30th as far as guards are concerned. 63 pass blocking grade, 65.5 run blocking grade. I mean, you can do better, but you also can do worse when it comes to this line. And picking up a guy who has the track record of being a really good guard, like PK mentioned, guy who's been to the Pro Bowl. You want some people that have been there and done that and have played at a high level, and that's a guy that has played at a high level. I have no problem bringing Wyatt Teller in, also because of the fact that he's not somebody that will probably require you giving up all your draft capital to address the other parts of the line and edge going into the draft next year. Oh. So, I mean, it's a double positive for me if we were going after somebody like that, because you clearly see the Browns are just trying to wipe the slate clean now.
Yeah, this might be a unique opportunity to jump on this, right? So he's a free agent in 2026. And if you're able to trade for Wyatt Teller while he's hurt, this might help us to be able to give up less capital. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm thinking we're probably looking at maybe next year's 3rd or 4th round pick or something like that. Maybe a little bit something extra to get him.
A little high for him.
No, he's a Pro Bowl.
4th rounder maybe, but 3rd? Yeah. We
Next
talking about
year's
giving
third,
them
though. Next
Devontae
year's third,
Adams
though.
type?
Next year's third, though.
Next year's third.
Next,
And the Devontae Adams pick is conditional, right? So if Devontae Adams goes out there, I don't know what the conditions are yet. I don't know if they dropped those yet.
It's a fourth with it can turn into a second based off performance.
Right. Well, no, it's a third that can turn into a second.
And so we could probably put some caveats behind this, what we offer in return. I mean, yeah, I definitely think Cleveland might want to blow it up, right? Like they're trash right now. The owner isn't even willing to like get rid of Deshaun Watson at this point. It looks like he's trying to hold on to him. So if he's that, slow to keep this guy who's clearly one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, unfortunately, and spend all this money on getting Deshaun Watson, maybe he might be that slow into thinking, let me give up my best guard and let's just blow this thing up, get some draft capital in return. It'd be a good opportunity, and I think the Bears should definitely jump on this opportunity. And we know Ryan Poles is not afraid to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So when push comes to shove, he will trade, even if it's something that maybe later on he regrets, a la the what's that wide receiver? Chase Claypool deal, right?
Nate Davis.
Nate.
That wasn't a trade. That was a signing, but yeah.
Well, signing.
There's a lot of
I just meant decisions he would later regret.
But the thing of the matter is that he's not afraid, and that's what I love is that he'll go out and do what he had to do to upgrade the team.
You're right. He ain't afraid.
He's not. He's
Chase
not.
Claypool.
Hey, Ryan Poles is the epitome of put your Jackson Powers on the table.
Yeah.
Hey, he put everything on the table but Jackson.
I ain't gonna put that Powers Johnson on the
He
table.
said
Hey,
everything but Jackson Powers is on.
He put everything on the table but Jackson. I mean, come on, now.
Put his Nate Davis on the table. Jesus.
Oh man.
You put your Nate Davis on the table, it comes up a little bit lame. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah, a little bit lame. Hey, even worse, you put your Coleman Shelton on the table. That means you come up a little bit short.
Right there.
Coming up a little small, guy.
Oh snap.
Hey, dog, you
Lord
know
have
Coleman
mercy.
Shelton's whole legacy here in Chicago is that lead block that he made because of how fast he was running. Everybody was
Bro,
like,
that man was jet.
He's moving quickly down the field. That's why you get him. I was like, no, I didn't get my center to be running down the sideline.
His calling
Hey,
is running back 3.
He was moving pretty good too. I ain't gonna lie.
I think here's my thing with it, right? And CW, you went exactly why I wanted to bring up Wyatt Teller's name. You went exactly to the place that I thought the Bears should be thinking in, right? You have a opportunity to pick up a guy he's been on IR, I believe, for 3 weeks now, which means he's got 3 more weeks on IR. You're going to have to work him in kind of towards that end point of the season. Ryan Bates, in theory, should be back there. You have right guard stability, I guess, but we'll kind of see what Matt Pryor has moving forward, right? We'll see how good he is versus some tougher competition. And this next game, he's going to have some dogs rushing him, right? That interior defensive line over there is not no slouch. Hey, how do you do? I understand how you do versus defensive lineman number 6 when you're playing against the Panthers. Good job. How you doing, Jonathan Allen, standing over there? How's life? You know what I mean? So I think that we'll kind of see, and that's, unless you feel like it's a rush, that's why maybe it is a wait and see, why maybe it is a situation where this is a early conversation we're having here. But seeing that the Browns were willing to move off of Amari Cooper today, it kind of tells me, okay, this is a team that's like, we're not doing nothing this year. Deshaun Watson is not good. We have to move ourselves away. Did they lose? Did I miss
already?
Washington lost Jonathan Allen for the year? Did I miss that? I don't remember that.
I didn't hear that either.
I think there was reports earlier about that they feared it. I didn't know that it actually happened.
Well, no, it's coming in.
Well,
yeah,
that'll make a difference then.
That's huge for us.
Commissioners, yes, they do. Yesterday, this happened. Jonathan Allen out for the season with a torn pectoral muscle. Ooh,
that hurts.
Ooh.
Well, that makes Caleb's life a little bit safer.
Definitely does.
I mean, that sucks as a fantasy.
Jonathan Allen. I like Jonathan Allen as a player. Y'all know I wanted him to be here last season.
I wanted Deron Payne.
I wanted the Bears to sign Jonathan Allen last season. I didn't know anything about Montez Sweat being made available. I was like, you'll never get him, but give me Jonathan Allen. It's like, we got Jonathan Allen. So, all right, well, that does make a difference heading into this Sunday for Matt Pryor. You caught a break, brother.
Dang
A
right.
break.
Over
Wow.
400 in the chat. Let us know your thoughts, man. Do you think Wyatt Teller will be a good addition? Like I said, dealing with some injury issues this year, has been fairly healthy for most of his career. I think here's the other thing too. When you look at Wyatt Teller and why he would be interesting in my mind, I know he's good.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's good. I know he can play. He is a Pro Bowl caliber right guard. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Ryan Poles can identify those guys.
Oh,
That's the only problem.
That's good. Everybody has a blindness.
Yeah.
Everybody has a blindness, right?
He is
Jerry
in the
Angelo
position
had
he
a
plays.
blindness. The problem is Jerry Angelo's blindness was quarterback. If we have to figure things out, I'd rather Ryan Poles be good at finding quarterbacks than be good at finding I don't know about that.
Let's think about this.
I'd rather Ryan Poles be good at finding quarterbacks than finding elite offensive linemen. But
I
it
don't know
helps.
about that, Pat. Hold on, wait a minute.
If you keep finding elite quarterbacks, though, you can,
Hey,
you
find an
can
elite. You keep finding elite alignment. You can make a quarterback.
Yes, you can. Just
I mean, yeah, you can get Brock
Hey,
Purdy
listen,
to be good.
If you give him that extra second in the pocket, anybody.
And
in the
you know
league
where
can look
PK
great.
was going because he's going to defend the mids all day.
the mid
If you
defender.
got a great
Hold on,
line,
wait,
you
here I
can put
go.
a mid quarterback back there all day.
Anyway,
Hey,
what you ought to
first
understand,
off-
Kirk
first
Cousins
off-
looks real good in a clean pocket. Just
Hold
want
on,
you to
yeah, Caleb would look
understand.
amazing in a
Fine.
clean pocket. Yeah, you're probably right. I was trying to
Yeah.
give him more credit than it was worth. I'd rather you be able to find offensive linemen, former offensive linemen. Hey, we need
That
to.
forgets me.
We need to pin this moment in the show though, so that Joel knows that we need like one of those Justice Friends pop-ups from like the 80s for kids. The mid defender.
I love it.
That's hilarious.
Hey
We
man, let's
like
keep
that.
moving along. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you guys tuning in and showing love. We want to talk about some other possible trades that the Chicago Bears could go out there and make. We got one name that basically the team that he's with and him have been doing the. You ever seen a dude that looked like Odell Beckham that's not Odell Beckham staring at P. Diddy, which is hilarious.
Oh,
When they
Where
doing
are we
this,
going with this, Pat? What are we doing?
you ain't never seen that? You seen that GIF? It's from
Yeah.
like So You Think You Can Dance, I think, or something like that. And they're just staring back and forth, and they keep cutting the clip back.
Oh,
that's,
yeah, I
that's
remember
what's
that.
been
All
happening with this team and this next player we want to talk about. And of
he
course,
does look like Odell.
there is he looks like Odell. I thought it was Odell for years. And then of course we got to talk about the major name in the. But actually, both of these could be major names. And do you have to step in just so that the Lions don't get that much better? We'll talk about all that and more coming up next. Going to take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. Oh, what's happening, Bears Nation? It's your boy Pat, the designer from the Windy City Breeze, where we keep it 100 about everything Chicago Bears. Now, if you're like me, you don't just watch the game, you live it, and that's why you need to check out BetDSI. BetDSI is where it's at if you want to put your money where your mouth is. They've been doing it for over 20 years, giving you the best odds, lightning fast payouts, and a platform that's as solid as the best O-line. Whether you're betting on the Bears to take it all the way or making clutch live bets during the game, BetDSI has you covered. And here is the kicker. Just because you're rolling with the Windy City Breeze, BetDSI is hooking you up. Sign up today with the promo code WCB, and they'll give you 120% bonus on your first deposit up to $1,000. That's free money, folks, to make sure that you're winning as you back our boys in the blue and orange. So what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Head over to betdsi.eu, use the code WCB, and start turning your Bears passion into serious cash. BetDSI, where real Bears fans get it done. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https:/aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Welcome back in. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Shout out to y'all, man, who have supported the sponsors as well. The Aura music is getting them, guys. I'm getting the notifications coming through that people are signing up for the Aura music. Shout out to y'all, man. That free trial is legit. Make sure that y'all tap in with it. The music's getting them, bro. That banner. Just like, hold on. The Aura music make you feel like, yeah, see,
Get a good morning stretch.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love, man. Let's talk about some of the other potential names that the Chicago Bears could be looking at in trade for different reasons. We got news today that Hassan Reddick's name has been thrown into the race. He has changed management. He has dealt with a team that basically he's been in a standoff on since last season. I mean, he got traded to the team, was like, let's get a deal done. They were like, you show up and we'll get a deal done. He was like, no, you get me a deal and I'll show up. They was like, no, you show up and we'll get a deal done. He was like, no, you get me a deal done and I'll show up. They was like, no, you show up and we'll get you a deal done. And so now they just like, you got 2 weeks to figure out a trade, dog. Yeah, I mean, that's a beat, low key. Yeah, I mean, like, They didn't say 2 weeks. They said there's a short window for Hassan Reddick to go out and seek a trade. And yes, I know there's going to be people who basically just watch the position that shows up next to the stats and don't watch the actual player play. Yes, I know that he's an outside linebacker in a 4-3 system or in a 3-4 system. He plays with his hand in the dirt. He plays standing up. I don't know if you've noticed this about some of the Bears defensive ends at times. They stand up sometimes.
They do that.
Like, it's okay. I get it. I get 3-4-4-3. What do you mean? You don't know football. He can play. All right. Calm down. Everybody breathing now? Okay. I'm glad we got past that part because I know that's always what's coming when we have these conversations about guys going from a 3-4 to a 4-3. But I think that Hassan Reddick is an interesting name because, listen, you got to take what you can get if you're the Jets right now, right?
That's true.
You got to take what you can get if you're the Jets right now. You're talking about somebody who is coming off of a, let me get these numbers here, last 4 seasons here, ladies and gentlemen. We all ready for this? We are prepared for this?
Yeah, I'm looking
12 and a half sacks, 11 sacks, 16 sacks, 11 sacks. And I know everybody goes, he's good. He's had beef with 2 teams in 2 years. Why would you want a player that's going to disrupt the locker room? He's a cancer. First off, hasn't been in the Jets locker room yet. No opportunity for him to be a cancer. Second off, Philly didn't trade him because he was a cancer. Philly traded him because they couldn't
afford him. Thank you.
So
what are we doing?
That leads me to my question. How much you want to get paid? That's ultimately the big thing because trading for him is not the hard part realistically. Like, I think we can figure that part out. How much you want to get paid? How much is that going to impact us next year? And does that really lead into what we're already building? That's the biggest question.
I mean,
what do you want? Now I get it. You 12 sacks. I get it.
Yeah.
12 sacks. That's all you got to say. 12 sacks. He can play. I get it. But 30 years old, wants a big contract. Does that meet our timeline and what we're looking for?
I think if you can get him in here on a deal that is maybe a little shorter on years, he's probably looking for 5 years. If we can get him in here on 3 with a big bag, I'd be intrigued by that. First off, you already know what he's going to bring you opposite Montez Sweat. And now with the emergence of Javon Dexter, and I think here's what I want people to understand as well. Everybody listen closely. Football is a team sport.
There you go.
So if you add to a really good defense with a growing offense, that helps the growing offense because there's less worry about what's happening on the defensive side. And then you get the ball back more on offense. So I think that this also helps Caleb, because I know the people are going to be out there going, oh, well, you got to attack the offense. You got to find an offensive lineman. Realistically speaking, there's not a ton of offensive linemen that I want on this team. If there's an offensive lineman available, my first question is why? At least with the Browns situation, I know why. He's hurt. They suck. And they need to rebuild it with Wyatt Teller. Right now, you can add somebody on that defensive line. The Jets are looking to add draft capital anyway. We know Ryan Poles loves to give up second-round picks. I think that you could work out a contract, maybe less years, more money. I think you could do something like that before he's able to get on the field. The biggest question, the only question that I would have on bringing in a guy like Hassan Ridge, because I don't think he's a locker room cancer. That is rhetoric from fans. That is not rhetoric from any of the players that he played with. I don't think that he is somebody who is only out here looking for the worst in every team that he goes to, because realistically speaking, he was a part of a team that went to a Super Bowl. He contributed to that, and he wanted to be in Philly, but they didn't have the money to pay him. He wants the bag. The biggest question for me with him is not even giving him the bag, because he deserves it. 12 and a half, 11, 16, 11. He deserves the bag. Mm-hmm. How much does taking the time off that he's taken impact his game? It's the only question I have with Hassan Ridge, because I watched Le'Veon Bell not come back the same dude.
Yep.
I watched Marshawn Lynch not come back the same dude. Mm-hmm. I've watched multiple players who leave and spend a ton of time away from football, and then they come back and go,
We've also seen those guys get injured quickly too.
Yeah, you usually see guys like that. They haven't been beat up. They haven't been banged up. They don't know, they haven't dealt with football speed and hits. And so oftentimes they do get banged up again as well. That's a point to put in there as well. JC, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, if you're looking at it glass half full, I'll look at it from the other side of it. We had a player that we brought in Khil Mack, who kind of, needed some time to get revved up and going. And you saw what he did in his first week against the Packers. And so does that intimidate me from looking and at least trying to, see what we have in Hassan Ridge? Absolutely not. I mean, at the end of the day, you look at the numbers, you look at the talent. That doesn't scare me away, the fact that he hasn't played it down to football yet. Get him in shape, do what you got to do, ease him in slowly and produce. Injuries are part of the game. You're absolutely right. But if we're scared to the fact that no, we don't want to even reach out and see what's going on. No, absolutely not. That's bad business. To me, I think you look at the talent, you look at the numbers, the productivity, what he can bring to this team. Like you said, 30 years old. You do give him a 3 to 4 year contract. I was thinking about a 4-year contract. You do give him the bag. He's worth that. My only question really is coming from the aspect of, what do you trade back? How does that affect your going into next year's draft and addressing the offensive line? So you do address edge at the other end of the line, opposite Montez Sweat, and getting all these other guys that are producing this year. But how do you address offensive line? What are we laughing at? What's going on? I know somebody talking crazy.
Not your point. Not your point at all. I just
I know it ain't my point. I know I'm saying somebody to talk crazy.
I be kidding. The Vikings. So Abaki put up the breaking news. Said week trade news: Cam Akers traded to the Vikings, Texas receiver position of 6. I immediately went and picked up Cam Akers just on some light. Let's see what he do.
This dude, you're racing to get Cam, really?
Hey, I play him this week. I saw
Kid look down. I was like, he can't multitask this well. He trying to listen to Jason Point and add this man and figure out who to drop. I know I can beat him to it.
I definitely know who to drop.
I ain't believing Cam Akers.
By the way,
over 600 in the chat.
Over 500 in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
600 in the chat. 600. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. 418 over on the YouTube side, 177 over on the Twitter side. Man, if you're on Twitter, hit that retweet button. If you're on the YouTube side, hit that like button, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. I think that Hassan Ridge is a guy that just makes a lot of sense to kick the tires on. I'm not saying you have to go get him, but to
Wait,
kick the
Yanni?
tires on. Right?
Is that true,
Doug, what
V-Dog?
are your thoughts on Hassan Reddick?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not a bad idea having another guy that's opposite of Montez Sweat. Somebody who has the talent to be able to really cause a lot of pressure. I mean, Javon Dexter has really shown that he's potentially an all-pro, a defensive player in the future. And if you got this guy on the other side and he's healthy, and I know he has demands, I know he may have personality issues, but if he can produce like we've seen him do in the past, I mean, that defensive line is scary.
Deadly.
Yeah.
And we already have one of the best backfields when it comes to cornerbacks and safeties. Like our DBs back there are top notch. So you just give them more ability to be able to just camp out and search for picks and pick sixes and just being able to cause havoc. I'm all about causing havoc. And if we can cause as much pressure and havoc on that offensive line and on the other team's quarterback, dude, and honestly, how much they asking for? I wonder. That's what I want to know.
Well, that's the real question, right? It depends on what they're willing to give up. But you're going out and looking at a piece that don't want to be there.
I don't.
And that hurts them. That hurts them that he doesn't want to be there.
This is me kind of like really like. I say this cautiously. Could he make us a Super Bowl contending team?
On one side of the ball.
I think here's the thing.
Because we've always had a dominant defense. This puts us as one of the best defense, if not the best defense in the league. And now we have our offense finally starting to make strides. All we needed was competent quarterback play. We didn't need superstar. We're getting superstar play potentially.
This is the other pushback where this is kind of a chess game, right? And this is why I want to get into the next person as well here. But if we're being real, who's the best defense in the NFL?
Who, Detroit?
No.
They just lost 8 nuts.
Not at all.
No, I mean, they were.
Wasn't even the best defense in the NFL.
Either
before that.
Pittsburgh or Cleveland.
Right? Pittsburgh or Cleveland?
I mean, you could say about the numbers, yeah, but none of them have had to deal with developing a rookie quarterback and having to be on the field more because you're dealing with some of those moments that happen of, hey, he immediately turned his football over. Chicago Bears got the best defense in the NFL.
Oh, I was trying not to be biased.
I don't even think it's biased.
outside of here. Okay.
No other defense. I mean, listen, 12 straight games of 17 points or less. Multiple turnovers, I believe, in the last 15 games.
Yeah.
Multiple turnovers. Giving the offense the football multiple times.
Yeah.
Who's better?
There's nobody better.
Chiefs is championship defense, right? So I guess like they're God tier.
Yeah.
But
I mean, come on, Chiefs. You know what? Chiefs defense include a lot of the zebras over there, dog. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You can't. I don't know about all that.
Hey, listen, a lot of Michael Jordan points include zebras. That don't bother me. That's just called being the champion.
You shut your mouth when you talk.
Hey, I'm just saying, dog. Hey, guess what? A lot of Kobe points involve zebras too.
You shut your mouth.
A lot of LeBrons as well.
Hey, LeBron get briefed on. He getting zebras in his lane. I think my thing is, like your that doesn't change my mind. So like I put the Chiefs in a different realm.
Yeah,
that's an elite joke, Lohan joke. Because I low key can see it. He said we look like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I gotta look it up. I don't even know who they are.
You don't know Cartoon Network Hunger Force? Wait, I already know who I am.
Hey, this is why it's great. This is why it's great.
Hey, you got to tell us who's who though.
Kid is Fry.
It goes.
Kid is Fry. JC's Meatwad.
Yeah, of course.
JC's Meatwad. I think that I am. I'm probably Shake. And C-Dub is Carl.
Yeah.
C-Dub is Carl.
Carl.
That's an elite joke. You don't know who Carl's the neighbor.
Carl's the neighbor with the.
No, Joel is Carl.
Joel might be Carl.
Joel is Carl.
Who's Dub? Nah, Dub might be Carl. Joel ain't on this episode, so Joel.
I think they're just going for the 4 here. Yeah.
Shout out to PS. He said Reddick trade would force Jets to give Philly another second-round pick if he was traded to an NFC team. Never happening. Well, I thought about that, PS, and here's the thing with that.
Here we go.
Ryan Pohl's very very excited about giving up second round picks. Joel is Frylock. That's facts. Joel is Frylock.
Joel is Frylock.
Yeah. It has the same beard as Frylock.
Yeah, yeah, he does. That's why
Yeah,
I was thinking about it.
You got a goatee?
Yeah.
Joel is Frylock.
But no, I think look, I'm not saying you're wrong. But what I am saying is the Bears very prone to give up second round picks. If you get the Bears second round pick or that Carolina second round pick for Reddick, you don't feel as bad about giving up a second round pick. And that's why I brought his name up in this conversation. Now, somebody else who I do want to bring up, because I do want to have the conversation on, okay, do you have to kind of play a little chess here where maybe you're not dying to get a guy, but you have to make sure that another team in your division doesn't get this guy.
Yeah. Get in the way.
So you gotta play chess. And this has happened many times before in the NFL. This has happened many times where, you know, the Bears are supposed to get somebody and, you know, the Vikings come in with a bigger deal or whatever it ends up being, right? Max Crosby is a name that has come up. And his name has come up as someone connected to the Detroit Lions. Now, again, I'll say this. There was no report that they were all in on Max Crosby. There was no report of draft compensation possibly being there. But when Adam Schefter was on with the Pat McAfee show, he got a phone call on the air. In that phone call on the air, he swipes back up, ignores the call, and McAfee goes, well, could that have call have been about going out and what compensation it would call for Max Crosby to be on the Lions? And all Shefty did was go. It's pretty good, Pat. It's pretty good.
Hey, listen.
Do you have to try and put yourself in a position where, cap-wise, guess what? You're going all in defense. But you've got to try and block the Detroit Lions going out there and having a situation where this year you add Max Crosby because they don't need the picks. They can literally go with the kid philosophy. F these picks. F them picks. The Bears really can't.
No.
You need offensive linemen.
Yeah.
You have no offensive linemen. But you have to understand what you're allowing to happen on the other side, and you better be the best evaluator of offensive linemen that you've ever seen. Excuse me. I choked on that.
He's about to die at the potential.
I choked on that one because I tried to make it through it because Ryan Poles ain't that.
Hey, he choked on Ryan Poles and Max Crosby.
Hey.
Snap.
That was crazy.
Flag on play, Pat. Flag on play.
Max Crosby's a guy that's probably costing you 2 firsts. That's how good Max Crosby is. Can you afford making the better deal, knowing that in retrospect, you're probably going to have better picks than what Detroit is going to have. So Vegas would be more inclined to listen. But you really need your first round offensive lineman picks.
That's tough.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna just put this dumb comment out there. I don't think we can afford to play that game. You mentioned it. We can't afford to play that game. We have too much to banking on the next season, next draft, getting that line fixed. Like you said, good linemen don't just you're not getting a good center out of anywhere, right? So we need those picks.
Still got 2 second round picks though.
We still got 2 second round picks, but I mean, I'm excited us to go in the first. listen. If there's a good lineman that's first round eligible or available or qualified, guess what? Yeah, we draft there. Yeah, you go get the guys you need, right? I know what it means for us, but in all actuality, it's like a future problem. Aiden Hutchinson going down for them was a big blow for their defense. Getting Max Crosby kind of just puts them back where they were, in my opinion. I know. But Aiden is a dog.
It's no disrespect to Max Crosby. I'm sorry. It's no disrespect to Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson is amazing.
He's amazing.
Max Crosby is a different breed.
It's a nightmare.
But I mean, and you have to think of it in this caveat as well, kid. Aiden is coming back. So this is not a this year problem.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a
This is
future
Probably
problem.
about the playoffs.
5, 6, 7 years down the line. Well, I mean, how old is Max? 27. 5,
Max is
6, 7
12.
years
Max is
down the
29.
line. 27 years old. 5, 6, 7 years down the line. You got to deal with twice a year Aiden Hutchinson and Max Crosby trying to take your quarterback's head off.
Hey man, this is probably why we need to stick to the first plan of getting this guy out of Cleveland, because we're gonna need somebody to protect our quarterback, because I don't think we're gonna be in this battle.
Well,
right now.
Crosby's an edge, so you gonna
Wyatt Teller's a guard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Wyatt
we,
Teller's
we,
a guard.
we gonna need to get some line work, period. 'Cause I don't think we're
just
gonna
figure
be
something out. Get him out there.
We got to do what we got to do, bro. At this point, just hearing you talk about the fact this kid is only 27, 28, 29 years old, whatever his age is.
27 years old.
And if you put both, and then Aiden is going to come back, that is going to be the most lethal line. That's scary, bro.
Hey,
we
man, you
won't
lied.
win. We can't beat them. You ain't gonna beat them. And their offense is solid. Like their offense is pretty good. We won't beat
You
them.
said just we automatically not gonna beat them.
You said what?
We're not gonna win, bro. Like that's tough, bro. Listen, bro.
Rocket ship has landed.
Bro, the rocket ship. We're out of engine fuel. We're out of engine.
Undo your seatbelt.
Just gave up.
We
won't
going to
know.
the ground.
All systems go. Listen, we need to sometimes you got to give up something to get something, bro. And listen, we got to play defense on Detroit. We got to play defense on Detroit. I'm not letting them get better, bro. This is an opportunity. They lost their best player, dude. Their best player.
Yeah.
They could still very well, be a strong playoff contender, but they were Super Bowl contenders. They were.
Hold on, hear me out. Over 700 in the chat, by the way.
Over 700 in the chat.
Oh, so back, JC, I want you to go. My bad. I'm gonna say something. I want you to go.
Okay, all right. So here's the reason why I'm okay with it. But the problem with this is, by the way, Grady said Calvin's moving to Michigan if that happens. Yeah, you definitely root for the Lions if
at least we're not Detroit.
So my thing is, if we do have to get
I guess I don't know, boys.
We gotta get in the discussion at the least. That's my thing is we can't allow Detroit to just get this guy and put him on the team. Do we play defense on this? Part of me says yes, but here's the thing: if you are going to get Max Crosby, that means you've made a clear direction in which way you're going to go with this team, because you're giving up the potential to get your offensive line addressed quickly by next year, and also talent-wise. That means you're keeping the same type of talent level on this offensive line, but yet you're making this defense as elite as it possibly can be with the Max Crosby for the next 3 to 5 years on a contract. So yes, you take the good with the bad, but at the same time, Caleb has to continue to endure behind a makeshift offensive line for the next 2 to 3 years. So those second-round picks aren't just going to magically turn into, first-round superstar status type offensive lineman. So that's the only hang up. You're making a clear direction with this.
But the guy we wanted to protect Caleb this year was a second-round pick.
Who are you talking about? You talking about Karan?
Johnson went in the second round.
Yeah, but we still didn't get him.
Centers normally go in the second round, right? You find left tackles in the second. I want Ryan Poles to pick better ones, but you usually find left tackles and centers still in that second round, in that third round. I know we want to pick them as early as possible, but
that's taking a chance.
I don't think that it is. I mean, all of us taking a chance is the draft.
No, true, but I mean, with Ryan Poles' track record,
Max Crosby.
Ryan Poles' track record, I want him to get as many picks in the first round as possible. I don't trust him to pick offensive linemen the later we go into the draft. I would love to keep those first round picks and just, this guy's a projected first round offensive lineman. Okay, let's go with that.
You're also really assuming that Ryan Poles is going to select offensive linemen in the first round.
He better. It's either rush or offensive lineman.
We can leverage the fact that the Raiders just got Tom Brady at the helm. Not only do they need, he's a minority owner. He's a minority owner.
I mean, he's Tom Brady, though.
It's Tom Brady.
That's more of a money move than it is.
They don't have a QB that he likes.
Money moves. You keep talking about this Bajan.
Hey, I'm trying to ship Bajan the heck up out of here, dog.
This man want Bajan gone.
I'm trying to get Bajan out of here while the gas is still. I mean, the grease is
While
still
the
hot
gift is
because
good, huh?
hey, listen. The more he sits on this bench and Caleb does well, the less his stock rises. Like, hey, nah, we're gonna sell high, baby. We're gonna sell high. I'm gonna package these 3rd and 2nd round picks, and you need a quarterback. And this kid ran the system pretty well. Why don't you go ahead and snip on this one real quick?
For Max? No, bro.
For Max Crosby?
I know.
3rd and 2nd and Tyson?
I know.
You're gonna hang up the phone.
Hey,
okay,
kid,
listen. Hey, how
kid,
about this?
hey,
How about
kid.
this?
Hold on. We'll keep
I-
Dub. You move to Michigan. That was crazy work. That was crazy work. He said, yeah, we gonna trade Max Crosby for
Why
Tyson
don't we add
Bagent.
one first, and then we add Hey, listen, I'm trying to make this work for us, here, right? Listen, you're supposed to be on my side. Don't put me off the screen.
Oh, I would love to do it the way you're saying, but that boy, that'll be the fleecing of the century.
Hey,
Hey,
listen,
listen,
Hey.
we need somebody.
It wouldn't be the first time you fleece somebody.
now listen, I'm not saying you can't throw Bagent in there to maybe offer less draft capital for future.
That's what I'm talking about.
You might be able to throw a first, and you still got to offer a second.
But you didn't mention no first. He
Ain't
didn't
said
put
nothing
no
about
first in there.
Hey, kid, my favorite thing yesterday was Kid going when Devontae Adams got traded. Kid first in the chat. Saw this coming a mile away.
Hey, I'm
He
LeBron,
was
baby. I
going-
did see it coming a mile away.
He said it was going to the Kansas City. Then his response
Jeez.
was, hey, this is my favorite part. His response was, hey, man, people can change their opinion when new information come out. Not after the information is out, dog. Like,
Not
no,
when it's
the
fact.
trade
My
is done.
pick changed once I heard that Aaron Rodgers was on that man's horn like every day. I'm like, oh, he gonna go home. He gonna go
Hey,
home.
dog.
Hey,
Hey,
Aaron
Bach-
Rodgers is calling you
The
every
Madden
day. You
Force
gonna go.
trade.
You gonna go.
Baki said P Kid with that Madden force trade on nasty
Just
work.
force it.
Hey, he definitely got the
Hey,
force
listen,
trades
I
on,
like
bro.
it.
He
You
said
love
Max
it. Let's
Crosby,
do it.
Tyson Bagent. We'll figure the money out later, baby. I got a quarterback for you.
Let me steal you on Bajan time. Let me know.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, let's keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We've spent so much time on the trade talks. Honestly, we slowly running out of time here, but I do want to get to this. How about we finish it out with this, and then we could do a different video for our winners and losers at the bye deadline or bye week. Bears get flexed to a 325 game versus the Commanders, which means, hey boys, we're important. We're on prime time, baby. Hey, clap it up for the Bears. Yeah, I mean, but this throws off my Sunday. I'm joking. No, but honestly, I think that this is a conversation on where the NFL thinks the future of this league is at. And last week really showed something. Now, the Bengals defense has been a little bit up and down. I still think this is a good Bengals defense overall. But this NFL has a belief that what we're about to watch is something we're going to be watching for a long time. The number 1 and the number 2 overall quarterback going at it head to head. They saw 4-2, Chicago Bears, Washington Commanders. The Bears in years, ladies and gentlemen, have only been flexed for one game. The Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe there was a game. No, I'll take that back. We got flex for Minnesota when Nagy was here because Minnesota could have made the playoffs if the Bears didn't beat them, and then we beat the crap out of them. That was my favorite Kirk Cousins moment ever. That mug said, "Hey, they think this game got flex for them. Let's show them this game got flex for us." He turned the football over so much. He was getting killed back there, bro. It's my favorite Kirk Cousins moment ever, bro.
Jesus.
Hey, dog, it was one of the greatest moments ever in the pregame. I'll never forget it. They think this game got flex for them. This game got flex for us. Everybody sitting there, yeah. Vikings on 3. 1, 2, 3. Vikings. Dang, we getting killed out here. It was like 35-7, bro. It was bad. It was ugly out here.
Hey, man, players mess up sometimes.
Now, with that, the Bears getting in that primetime view, that afternoon view, the fact that they're getting flexed, it to me tells me that there's a conversation about the level of competition that both of these quarterbacks are bringing to the table. And I need people to understand this because for some reason, there are people out there who are, we should have took Jayden. There are people out there who are, I'm glad we got Caleb. And now they're at war. This is the new war, right? This is the new war on social media. And I need people to understand this. They can both be good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I want y'all to go look at the passing chart for Jayden and for Caleb. Now, for Jayden, lot to the right. I will say this. I think that Flus is about to humble Jayden.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Flus is about to have Jayden feeling a lot different.
Coming at you.
Like it's about to be. I mean, listen, the screen passes are all to the right.
We coming at you.
All for the most part, most of the Jayden runs to the right. He might die.
So you say he's basically Jaylen Brown. He don't go left.
You just read my mind. That was a good one. He's the Jaylen Brown of the NFL.
He don't go left.
Jaylen Brown of the NFL. No, I won't say
That's
that. There are passes. He passes the ball well deep left. He does pretty well intermediately passing to the left in that 10 to 19 range.
Wheels.
But and he does have. I see the wheels. I don't know, bro.
Yeah, he's not like fast. He can get out of pressure.
I think
he's quick. He's quick.
He's elusive.
I'm gonna say this, and this is my problem with him running. He reminds me, and listen, if you're a Commanders fan in here listening, cover your ears. He reminds me so much of RG3, who was incredibly talented.
Yeah.
But the reason he reminds me of RG3 is RG3 was quick, right? Can make a move to make you miss, but would throw his head in bad situations. And which is why he ended up concussed so many times. Thought he could take people out. He runs like Justin Fields, but he's shifty, kind of like Lamar. The problem is Justin Fields is 6'4", 230
got a lot more meat on the bone.
Pounds.
Yep, got a lot more meat on the bone.
Jayden Daniels is 186 pounds. What is he? 205? I think we looked this up. Is he 205?
He's thin.
Tall version of Bryce Young.
Like, I don't know about tall version of Bryce Young. Now, let's not do that. Let's not be disrespectful. He balling out here. He's balling out here.
I didn't say his talent. I'm talking about his size.
Oh, yes.
Bryce Young.
Oh,
Bryce Young
no,
is like
kidding. I'm like, he's 6'4".
Is he comparable to him size wise?
Nah.
No.
I mean Bryce is like
he's 210
super
pounds.
small,
He's
bro.
210 pounds.
That's thin.
6'4", 210. That's
6'4", 210.
That's
You ain't Justin Fields.
That's skinny.
No, you're not.
I think the other thing too is all the different storylines that go into this game. Just outside of that, think about Cliff and how we didn't pull the trigger on him and him going against Shane and everyone being either on the fence about Shane's scheme and saying we should have gotten Cliff as well.
By the way, Justin Fields just 6'3", 235. So it scares me that he runs like Justin. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's going to be the tale of that too. Like what OC puts their young QB in a better position in this game and things of that nature. It's a lot of different storylines that tie into it that I'm really excited about. I will say this: the Commanders have not faced the defense like ours.
They play Cleveland.
They have not played a defense.
No, and the only reason I say that a defense that is not on the field as much as the offense. Cleveland had 3 drives that were 5 players or more. 2 of them were 6. The third one was 8. That defense spent some time on that field. They were gassed.
And their defense isn't as good as I once thought rolling it is, especially not now. So this might be a situation where we come out looking, and especially Caleb looking really, really good comparatively, and it may just be a matter of really who schemes it better. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see if Shane is going to get out schemed and who out coaches who in this one. Like that chess match is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, my biggest thing with this is the fact that we can kind of hush the narrative that one is should have been picked over the other. I mean, both of these guys, last 2 Heisman Trophy winners. Obviously, Jayden was this past year's. And everybody's saying, "Oh, Jayden should have been first." No, well, now you're seeing that with time, Caleb is clearly showing the reason why he was the number 1 pick for specifically the Chicago Bears. So again, just like Pat mentioned, you can give kudos to both of these guys. Both of them are talented. One of these guys is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, it's a 2-man race. It's a 2-man race.
This is the game that gives you a leg up one way or the other. Because everybody will go back to, unless one of them just dominates the rest of the way, you will go back to, well, remember they beat that?
The matchup. Yeah, head to head.
This will be one of the main games.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at their stats too, both 4-2. Obviously, Daniels has a better completion percentage because he came out the gate with way better completion percentage. I think in a couple of games he was in the 80s, which
Yep.
is very impressive. He's got a few more yards when it comes to passing, 1404 versus 1317. But Caleb is impressed. He's improved with his touchdowns. He's got 9 to Jayden 6. Less interceptions for Jayden at 2 to 5, but we know Caleb has gotten less interceptions over the past 3 games. So I mean, it's really a matter of
I got a
I guess
feeling
the
that
flavor
the
of the
chat
month in a
doesn't care
sense.
about Jayden as much as they care about his family.
Hey, but yeah, we not gonna bring that up, kid. Calm down. God dang it.
I'm just saying,
You
everyone's
look at
tuned in
this
for that
chat.
game for the
We
wrong
already
reason.
talked about who the best mom is.
You realize I said
Ooh,
family,
man.
you just go drop it.
I don't care. I mean, the chat already put it out there. What you want me to do?
Hey, Pat, she all world.
Knock her out the park.
Understatement.
And that'll be a home run by Castellanos.
It's a traumatic event. It's Nick Castellanos. I hope there are some people out there that would vouch for me. I am very, very sorry. As a swing out to left field, that'll be a home run by Castellanos.
Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was saying,
What was
Jayden
the
Daniels
point?
and Caleb Williams. You're looking forward to that matchup. That's what we're worried about. On the field,
Dub,
we're
what are
looking
your
forward to
thoughts
that
on this
matchup.
goddamn football game that we're talking about here?
Hey
What's
man,
else of a
listen.
matchup?
I think that it's a reason. This brings me back. I feel bad for him now because I don't know what happened with Deshaun Watson, but this reminds me of Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, 2 best quarterbacks in that draft class going at it, and the supremacy of who's the better quarterback. Honestly, it wasn't so much so that Pat was so far ahead of Deshaun Watson. You could have made the argument one way or the other who could have went first as far as QB. But obviously these 2 guys have shown that they have the capabilities of leading the franchise that desperately needed a quarterback to lead a franchise. Yep. And you look at Caleb Williams, he just has this moxie about him now, this aura about him that he's developing where you like, okay, this kid, he's doing Aaron Rodgers like stuff. He's doing GOAT Mahomes type stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like at the end of the day, it's like, all right, so we want to see this clash. And like you mentioned,
What did he just go to the spirit round? He went to the GOAT round? What are you doing?
The GOAT round?
What in the world?
What the heck just happened here?
I don't know what happened. I just heard him say Batman, and I didn't see him.
This man went to the nether.
The GOAT realm is hilarious.
He went to the nether.
Jordan, Brady, what's happening?
Oh, all these greats.
You sound like Joel on Friday. Hey guys, guys.
Okay.
Oh man. No, but honestly, it feels good to be the team one of the teams in this situation, right? We're not used to this. We're not used to this type of media attention. We're not used to being told that we have an elite type quarterback. We're not used to being bumped up into a higher profile game because of our quarterback. And man, like I'm just glad we did draft Caleb, man. I'm a big time Justin Field guy. Don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, I think we made the right call. We made the right call with Caleb Williams, and this dude is taking us to the promised land, man.
Yeah. Hey, C-Dub, you know what I never said with Justin? We got a quarterback. You know what we got now?
Hold on, kid. Hold on. What we got?
What we got now, C-Dub?
Yeah.
We got a quarterback. Yeah. You know what just happened to your quarterback?
Shut up.
And Russell Wilson has returned.
They had to do that.
You definitely just
once again, Russell Wilson is back on SmackDown.
They had to do that.
I love all the people that were like, why would they bench a winning quarterback so that they don't have to give up draft capital? I was like, because they can win with anybody back there. This defense is dumb.
Their defense is elite.
Oh boy.
But they got to see what they got in Russ. And then at the end of the day, if it don't work out with Russ, it's easy to move off of Russ and be like, all right, well, we got Justin.
It is easier to do that. I think you don't kill Justin Fields' confidence of him coming off of an elite game by going, we're going to go to Russ because we traded for him. This is the reason behind it. We want to see this, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Should then go back and say, all right, Justin, we'll keep you here. By the way, here's the thing. They're moving off both of them at the end of this season. We know that, right?
Yeah, they ain't signed any one of them.
Yeah, neither of them are going to be here.
They didn't pick up his option, and Russ is like, I'm just getting paid $1 million.
Yeah, there's nothing happening here. Neither of them are going to be here. So, but no, it is it is funny because in the last game, I literally went when there were two moments. The Keenan Allen throw I've talked about, and then there was the moment where Caleb wasn't playing well. And we kept getting penalties to keep the drive going. And it ended in a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I literally was just like,
it's the football
Justin
guys.
ends that in 3. It was the first moment where I was like, you know what? That was a great call. It's not that it was a good call and you could have done it with either one. That was a great call.
Yeah.
That was the moment for me when he got penalty after penalty after penalty. Because guess what? I've seen that happen to Drew Brees. I've seen bad drive by Drew Brees. He's not hitting anybody open. Oh, they cheating for Brees. He gets into the red zone. It's like, well, I'm still Drew Brees. Touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I've seen that for Brady. I've seen that for Manning. I've seen that guys are gonna have bad drives, and sometimes the defense is too stupid to get out of their own way.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
We getting those calls going our way now.
It's a leak comment. King Booker World just killed me because I can't believe Buddy really did that joint.
What you saying?
All the high knees. Yeah.
Hey,
No,
bro,
we're
I
at the rest
seen you
start
doing
doing
high
high
knees on
knees
the
on the
plane. I'm
plane.
bitching you too, bro. He'll sit you down.
Hey, bro. You know.
I'm cutting him as soon as we lay here, bro.
The first time he do high knees on the plane next to Tomlin go, Justin, start warming up, bro.
Hey, speaking of elite, man, that dude is elite. Mike Tomlin is elite, bro.
Mike Tomlin's an elite.
As far as the head coach, yeah.
I was praying, and listen, there's a reason the Steelers are never going to fire him. I was praying the Steelers fired him. Man. I was like, please fire him.
And he would be a great Bears head coach.
Oh my God, I would love Mike Tomlin,
bro.
Just being in the media room with Tomlin, just be like, I'm gonna ask a question I think is great. Just be like, Mike, what are your thoughts on how the defense played? And he's just gonna be like, we do not care. All right, well,
all right,
we don't care. I don't know.
All right.
Well. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. As always, man, we're gonna get up out of here. We will be back and better than ever for the morning breeze tomorrow, Jordan. I almost didn't get up this morning.
Come on now, push yourself.
That close. I was that close to not making it. That morning show. I'm doing the morning show for y'all because I don't have to be blue collar no more. But I love y'all.
Yeah,
and
sir.
I know y'all are up that early.
We certainly do.
I'm out there. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 6:30 in the morning. Pat the designer, Jordan JC, tap in with us. For the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, and Superman C Dub. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down. One love. Peace.
All I'm saying is Xavier Worthy.
I need you to shut it up.
You said Xavier Worthy?
Don't say nothing negative about
Absolutely.
or me.
I gotta look it up.
What did Xavier Worthy do?
Nah, we talking about mamas.
We back on. Calm down, God dang it, JC.
Hey, listen. Hey, we just want to see him score a touchdown for that one moment.
Oh snap!
Packers are signing Jaguars veteran kicker Brandon McManus to a 1-year deal. They're not letting the rookie do it no more. That sucks.
Yeah, you're right about Xavier Worthy, man.
Calm down, God dang it.
Hello, Miss Nikki.